I absolutely love getting requests for my videos, and today I'm responding to one of those requests by highlighting my collection of Sybarites. These are a high fashion haute couture BJD fashion doll who is about 16 inches tall, made by Superdoll London in the UK. She's especially well known for her absolutely outrageous fashions and also her makeup and styling that matches that. This is a really interesting fashion doll because she's a BJD, ball jointed doll, but she's also, in most cases, a vinyl fashion doll. She's probably the only one I can think of who matches that. There may be others though, please correct me if I'm wrong. When you buy a Sybarite, she comes in one of these very cool boxes. So like the doll, her box is a bit more outrageous than most of the fashion doll boxes out there that come in, kind of plain white or plain brown. No, the Sybarite box is striped in orange and grey. It's got the Superdoll logo down the side, and at one end you're going to find all the details about that doll so you can figure out what it is. So we've got the name, the skin tone, the style and the body, and I'm going to talk to you about all of those things as I present my dolls in a moment. When we open up the box, you've got the nice printed paper. They're a bit fiddly to get out, and as you can see, I've kind of destroyed this box getting my doll out, almost like an alien has burst out of it. But it's still fun. It's got that nice colour on the inside to match the outside. Each of the doll comes with this little bag set of hands in the correct skin tone with all different features. So you've got a grip hand, a waist holding hand, and so on. And each of those can be changed reasonably easily with the doll. Now with the Sybarites, the thing that sets them apart has always been their styling rather than the sculpting or the face mould itself, although they are pretty nice, as you can see. But because of that, they're referred to as clones, so they're each clones of a particular face mould or sculpt. These three here who I've got in front of you are all referred to as the Venus de Royce sculpt or clone, and that is the most common of the Sybarite face sculpts. So you can see looking at them that they do all look pretty different based on their styling, but each one is the same sculpt. I mentioned the absolutely outrageous features that these dolls are known for, and you can see particularly in this one here, who's known as Gibraltar. Her makeup is really quite spectacular. She's almost wearing a sort of green mask. This one here, she's perhaps my favourite. She's called Maximilian, and you can see those vivid pink lips of hers and the high arch brows that really set her apart. And then over here, this doll is known as Forest, and she's got really pale, pearly lipstick and eyeliner to match. Now, all of these dolls are made from vinyl. I will show you the other alternatives in a little while. Their body is referred to as Gen X or Gen X.2. Mine are all Gen X.2, so the version 2 of the Gen X body, and that means that they're a vinyl doll. They are, however, still ball jointed, and like I said, that's one of the really interesting things about them. So I want to show you what I mean by that. So a ball jointed doll is different from a standard vinyl fashion doll in that her joints are not actually hinges in the traditional way. They have elastic inside them, and it's the rounded shape of the joint that allows them to move. These dolls are double jointed, so what that means is that they've got a whole piece in each of the joints, while the elbows and the knees are double jointed, and so that means that they can twist twice as far in that joint because they have one and then two. And that means that in terms of the elbows and the knees at least, these dolls have significantly better posing than a traditional vinyl doll. So you can see she can actually, she could actually pretend she was eating, things like that. And that is a really nice thing about these ladies. So let's introduce you. So this lady in the middle, I mentioned she's Maximilian, very fun name. She's from 2016. She was a convention doll from a Las Vegas convention. And she's a limited edition of only 55. I was lucky to find find her. Obviously I didn't make it over to the convention, I'm not in the US, so I was lucky to find her for sale on Facebook. I actually got her from maybe the Ukraine, before the war, unfortunately. And she is very hard to find. I just love the mix of the colour of her sequin dress along with her lipstick and her manicure colour. She also has this absolutely glorious hair that you can see there, waves of blonde with a bit of a beehive styling. That is gorgeous, and that's what makes her. She's probably my favourite of the Sybarites. Beside her, this is Gibraltar. Now, I don't have her original outfit. Some of the outfits, you may, if you have a look into the Sybarites, some of them are less attractive than others. This girl, she is beautiful, but I wasn't that drawn to her outfit. So when I found her nude on eBay, I snapped her up. Again, her hair is really cute, and I didn't mention before that all the Sybarites are wigged dolls. The wigs are generally attached, although with certainly some of the older ones, the wigs were loose, but the wigs are generally attached, but you can peel them off carefully and change the wig style as well as the clothing. I love that very cute shoulder length hair that's got two-tone colours and some waves in it. Now the outfit she's wearing is just super fun. If you don't know, I speak French, and so anything with a bit of a French style really draws me in. This one is called Jacques, and it's obviously meant to be a bit of a take on that sort of classic cliched French outfit, which I think is really fun. The extras often make the Sybarite outfit, so if you have a look at those really cool shoes down there, so she's got these platform shoes with a funky shape and ribbon ties, and she's also got this fun bag. She came with a pin, I think it's a hat, which is meant to be obviously like a take on the beret. Didn't look great, I felt, on Gibraltar, so I attached it to the bag, where I think it gives a really fun feature. The third doll here with the Venus de Royce clone sculpt is Forest. She is another quite hard to find doll. She's a limited edition of 100. And she has super long white hair. Everything with her is white and silver. So the colour, the styling is really fun. She has this wacky staff. Not quite sure. I guess it's meant to look like an antler, like a take on an antler. And if we turn her to have a look at that super long white hair, which is just beautiful. I would say I've had this outfit, I had it before I had the doll. I purchased the outfit and then I managed to find the doll complete, so I've had the outfit twice. Both times the staff has come to me broken in the mail. It is quite fragile, so if you're looking for this doll, just be aware you may not get the staff in perfect condition. The second clone that I have is called Voltaire de Royce, and both of my dolls have a darker skin tone, so I think that must be common with the Voltaire de Royce, that she comes with a darker skin tone than Venus. I have two of these. I actually didn't realise when I bought them that one of these dolls is a resin doll and one of them is a vinyl doll like the others. This lady here, who is called Regalia, she's probably the most sought after of the Sybarites that I have, because she is made of resin and she does have also this amazing outfit. Now the reason I didn't know she was made of resin is because her sculpting is, well, near on identical to the other dolls. I only realised she was resin when I picked her up, and the weight is significantly more. They are all quite heavy dolls, please note, the Sybarites, but the resin doll is significantly heavier than the others. You can also see when you look in her joints, it might be a bit hard on the camera, but she has a little coating in there to help them bend a bit better, not rub, because of the resin finish. I really also love her wig, which has these wonderful plaits in it, and I love how her lipstick matches the colour of her other outfit. This lady here, she is also a Voltaire de Royce. She's called Rio, and she is another vinyl doll. She's from 2018, and she's got that Gen X2 body I mentioned before. I did get her in her original outfit, but I just didn't love it. So I switched her out for this other outfit I got. Now, perhaps somebody who's watching the video will know more about it than I do. This is a studio outfit. I left the tag on it so that I would have this in case I did decide to sell it one day, because some of these are very sought after and very, very rare. I've done a bit of research and I really wasn't able to find out that much about it, but it is a really beautiful double layer silk outfit with some lace at the top. The Sybarites are super cool with their really outrageous looks, and they are really fun to play with and dress. But I've got two main criticisms that you can see in front of me. One of them is the stand, and one of them is, well, the doll's body. If you have a look at it, it's pretty unrealistic. For the value or the price of the doll, really would have hoped for something a bit more attractive than that. She does look beautiful when she's wearing clothes and her body is hidden, but I really wouldn't want to dress her in underwear and highlight that odd jointing. Some people have also complained about how at the joints it's a little bit imprecise where they join, and there are these sort of bits hanging out, and that can also potentially lead to some chipping or breakage, especially if you've got one of the resin dolls that are a little bit more fragile. You need to be a bit more careful with. The other criticism is the stand. It looks just like any stand, and it has this telescoping pole. Great idea, but there's nothing to hold it up. It doesn't telescope. So it slides in and out, but that doesn't help. It's pointless. If you see, when I put the doll on it, she doesn't have the right size and she falls off. So I have developed a little trick to fix that up, which is that I cut a tiny piece of a wooden skewer, and I actually put that inside to the larger tube. Then I slide the top one in through the hole, and as you can see, it now sits up a little bit higher. Okay, so you just cut that little skewer to the right side. But for a doll who costs around £300, you really would have thought that she would come with a stand that was already functional. Criticisms aside, I really do love my Sybarites. There they all are. And I will probably get a few more at some point when I find them at the right price, the right doll at the right price. Do you have a favourite?